Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 148. In this episode, you'll hear from Leah Jantzen. Leah is a mindset coach for athletes. She's transforming endurance athletes from middle of the pack to podium. She has run Ironmans, but now has qualified for the Kona, which is a world championship Ironman. Super badass. Make sure you stay tuned because you won't want to miss what Leah has to say. And as a side note, just so you're aware, this was an Instagram live that I did with Leah, but she had so many great things to say, so much value that I had to throw it on the podcast. So definitely give it a listen. If you like this episode as much as I did, head on over to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating and review. And then, of course, screenshot it and send it to me on Instagram at Ordinary to Badass. Your feedback means the world to me. I'm so grateful to have you in this badass crew, and when you share it, we can find other badasses just like you. All right, let's get to the interview with Leah.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I'm glad that you were able to join because the past couple ones I had, I was getting there, so I'm glad that it came on pretty seamlessly.
This is it. No problem.
Yes. Woohoo!
Woohoo is right. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Have to be thankful for the ones that are easy, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm excited to chat with you a little bit and find out more about what's going on with you.
Yeah, this is super fun. Thanks for inviting me. Excited to speak to your people and to whoever's out there. I see Brandy's out there from my network. How are you? So this is fun. Where are you located? Where are you?
I'm in Washington State. How about you?
Oh, awesome. I'm in New York. I see you're outside. You're outside and it's still light out, so you must be on the West Coast because it's definitely not light here. It's dark. It's totally dark.
Right.
So it's good to see you. Let's do it.
So I always start off by asking everybody that I talk to if you consider yourself ordinary or badass. So I'd love to hear your answer.
I tell you what, I gotta go with badass because ordinary. There's nothing wrong with ordinary, but I don't think I've ever thought of myself as ordinary in my life. It's just always been something different, something just out of the norm. I don't know if I don't want to say not ordinary. I think maybe my dad told me when I was a kid, like, listen, you're not, you're definitely not normal. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like, normal is nothing wrong with normal, but yeah, I definitely want to. But it's hard to call yourself a badass because it's more like, if you have to say it, then you aren't that person. Like you kind of, you know what I mean? I hate to say that, but when other people say I'm a badass, I'm like, okay, I don't call myself that because I just do my thing, right? We just do our thing.
Right.
And that's just,
yeah.
Right?
It's like I don't want to run around saying like, oh, I'm a badass or telling everybody, but it's also like, but I also think there's something to like owning it. If somebody asks you or if, for them, like, own it. If you're a badass, just own it and say it.
100%. And I think you're totally right about that because if I could criticize myself on anything, it's not embracing those gifts and like really, like I said, embracing them and leading that, being like, just own it and be more and more, I don't know, and just embody that badass spirit. It's more like, oh, I guess I'm a badass. No, you're like, own it, take it, and just go with it because that's what you need to be. It's like kind of channeling your inner badass. Like, where is she? She's in there. Let's let her out and let's see what she's got. Like, let's go and have her lead the way And I think that's something that as women, we probably don't, we kind of shy away from sometimes. Like, oh, I'm just little old me. I'm just doing my thing. No, I'm freaking killing it. Like, yeah. What's wrong with saying that, right?
I know. I respect somebody that could just own it and be like, I'm a badass. There's a lot of people that are on my podcast or that I talk to that say they're ordinary, but like, I know they're a badass. But, you know, again, it's easier to see it in other people, though, than it is yourself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. But we have to learn, I think, if that's something you're doing, obviously, with your podcast and with your business, it's like teaching people to really own that feeling and to be comfortable with it, right? It's like,
yes.
You know, men don't have a problem doing it. Why do we have such a problem living that sort of badass lifestyle and owning it and having it be at the forefront of what we do versus little old me in the background? So I love it. I love what you're doing.
Right. So you said your dad said something to you as a kid. Is that right? What did he say to you again?
Oh, he said you're special. Like, you're not normal. You're not ordinary. And don't ever forget it. Like, kind of, I was like, oh, you know, when you hear that as a kid or as a teenager, especially when you're a teenager and you're not a confident person, and you're like, me? No, I just want to be regular. I just want to be like everybody else, because that's what you really want to be. You want to blend in.
Yeah.
You don't want to stick out, and you want to be normal. And so I remember thinking, like, wow, that's not a good thing. You know, like, what? But it stuck with me. You know, it stuck with me a long time I just lost my light. It took me time to, I don't know, learn that was a good thing, right? That was important, special, and that was not everybody was that way. And so I was like, oh, maybe I am, you know, a badass. Maybe I do have special gifts. And I think everybody has special gifts and talents. I don't think anyone is I think we all possess that. It's whether or not we let them come to the surface.
Yeah. And I think it also, though, like, kind of highlights the point, what you say to your kids matters, you know, and it might even be something that's seemingly small, but it can make such a big difference in the long run.
Yes, good or bad, it sticks with us. It really sticks with us. And again, good or bad. And there were some things that my parents said that weren't great. That stuck with me too. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not true anymore. Like, maybe that was me as a kid, but I'm no longer that way. So I think I always talk about in my coaching and speaking, like, you know, you can't, your story is no longer serving you. Like, these things you are or you are not, that you've always believed to be true, are not necessarily true. That was maybe 30 years ago. Like, why now do you still believe you're that teenage kid who was afraid to do something? That's no longer you. So we don't want to hide behind those old fears that we had. Let's branch out, like, rewrite that narrative, like, change the story, write a new chapter, ending, stop buying into the same old beliefs that we have held on to for so long. So,
and this is for everything, like for money, for any beliefs that we have, like in all the areas of our life, we constantly have to check in and kind of reevaluate, see if it's still true.
Totally. But like we get so comfortable, it's secure in these, it's safe to feel this way. Nope, this is what I do. You know, I don't need money. I'm good. I'm happy with just what I have. I have enough. It's like, well, why? Like, why is that bad? Like the money story. Like, why is it bad to have money? Or why don't you want success? Like, why is it bad to, you know, I talk about sports a lot and athletes and racing. Like, why can't you be really good? Why is that not in the cards for you? Like, why have you made yourself seem small? Like, oh, no, I'll just finish the race and I'll be fine. It's like, no, why can't you podium that race? Why can't you win that race? Oh, no, not me. I'm not an athlete. I'm not. They have this from years ago. Like, this is just in their story. So I encourage people, like, lose the story, change it up.
Yes. Well, I agree. I have at times fallen into the same trap, you know, like I was running a marathon, and up until the point I ran a marathon, I never considered myself a runner. I was like, I'm not a runner, you know, but it's like, I mean, we do this to ourselves sometimes, just like the mind tricks.
It is, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, people, but that mindset of, I'm not really a runner, that's every time you run, that's in the back of your mind. I'm not really a runner. So of course you're not going to perform like a runner because you're not even thinking of yourself as a runner. When you lose that story, you start to think, hey, maybe I am a runner. Maybe I could be good at this. Like, you'll change how you perform and how you do and how your mindset will shift completely. It's interesting.
Right. So I can't wait to dig in and all the things, but first, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh boy. Sure. I'm a mom of 4. I live in New York. My oldest child just went to college, which is insane to me, like insane. I'm still 19 years old. How that happened, but I just dropped her off on Saturday. So, and I have an 11-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And I live in New York, like I said, and I am a guidance counselor by trade. So I do that. And I'm a life coach for athletes. So I work with athletes on mindset, performance, just thinking bigger, dreaming bigger, just really embracing that idea of why not me? Like, why not me? And like how to balance life and training. So I've been an athlete most of my life, but when I was in my early 40s, I started running. And I ran my first marathon when I was 42. And I was like, oh, this is fun, like I'll just run a marathon. Like, why not? And I wound up qualifying for Boston to run the Boston Marathon. So I was like a good runner. I didn't even know it. Like, I had no idea. So, and then I turned into triathlon. I started doing triathlon and I learned how to swim. Like, I didn't really know how to swim. So I figured that out. I learned how to swim. And now I do Ironmans, and I've done 2 Ironmans, and I qualified to race in Kona, Hawaii.
Congratulations.
Thank you. To do the Ironman World Championship. So in 4 years, I went from never doing a triathlon to triathlon qualifying for Kona. So that's part of my story. So the biggest piece of that is like, I believe that could happen for me. Like, I really believe that if I was really worked super hard and learned and was tenacious and was gritty and tough, mentally tough and strong, and just worked super hard, that anything was possible. So that's what I teach my clients. So I've created the Scrappy Athlete, which is my name on here on Instagram, and that's really about just digging in, figuring things out, and being that athlete that just doesn't give up. You don't need to be the most talented person out there to be the best. Like, you can be really good just by just being super scrappy. Oh, that's kind of real quick. Real quick.
I love the name, the Scrappy Athlete, though. So I'm sure going from a marathon to doing a triathlon, I mean, I know that completely drains you doing a marathon, so doing a triathlon is something completely different and so much more. How did you get in the right mindset for that?
Little by little. I think the marathon is really you've done a marathon, so you understand how it's so much about mindset and so mental. It is, because the body can do it. It's just the mind want to do it. Just the mind want to follow the body. There are so many excuses and reasons why you don't have to do it. And you talk yourself out of it. I'm good. I don't have to run anymore. This is fine. Nobody does marathons. Why am I doing this? Like, you talk yourself out of it. So, little by little, I just had to get to that point where I would build up the mental stamina to go and do a longer race. And then, it was a marathon. Then it was a half Ironman. Then it was full Ironman, which is, 11, 12 hours of racing in one shot. And to be honest with you, I like the longer the better. I like the longer racing. So I think I learned how to channel, like, use the pain as something to look forward to. Like, I'm in that pain cave. That means I'm in a good spot. It means I'm working really hard. And I love that feeling. Yes, Mick, and you don't have to do it. It's a choice, right? You choose. Mick's one of my scrappy athletes, super scrappy athletes. So it's a mindset. You choose to do this. This is by choice. You pay for it, for crying out loud. Like, you pay to do these things. Like, so
right.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. I've made it about the process and not about the race. It's not about the outcome. It's about the journey. And I love to see what I'm capable of. I want to see what I can do. I just want to see how I can push my own boundaries. And I think I believe a lot of people have that same feeling. They want to see what they're capable of. And they're just not sure how to get to that point to push their limits. They're like, how do I do that? How do I push myself? Mm-hmm. So I teach them how to do that and work with them on channeling that, like, inner scrappy athlete they all possess. It's just a matter of getting to it.
Yeah, and I like how you said to embrace the pain, because it's like, I feel like it's the opposite.
a lot of times we embrace, or we don't embrace the suck. We focus on the suck instead of embracing the pain.
Yes.
When you focus on the suck, who wants to do something when it's, it's just like you're thinking of all the horrible parts.
Feels terrible. Why would I want to do
Yeah.
that? Right.
Yeah.
No, true. It's very true. It's you have to flip it. You've got to flip the script and say, okay, what am I learning from this? How is this benefiting me? Or, whenever I'm doing a workout or run or bike and it's painful and I know I'm in that uncomfortable place, I say to them, yes, I know if I'm in pain right now, then I'm growing, right?
Yes.
I'm growing. So I'm like, this is awesome. So, to celebrate those moments, and they're short-lived. Like, if you do a hard workout, it's not all hard. Some of it's hard, and then it's easy. It's like, so and again, if you can learn how to get uncomfortable, how to get comfortable being uncomfortable, that's where you really start the problem. And that's the key.
But have you found that you get more comfortable with being uncomfortable, like once you kind of get into the habit of it?
Yes, but there's always more discomfort ahead. Like,
yes,
there's so much discomfort. If I'm too comfortable, well, then I can push harder. So always another level. But I think, people want to race really well, right? They want to go to a marathon, they want to do well, but they don't train that way. Like, they don't push themselves in training. So if you're doing it in training, it's not going to just show up race day. We have to train ourselves to get used to feeling. And when we feel uncomfortable, we want to escape, right? Nobody wants to be in that place. So we escape, we run away, we find an out. And it's like, try and learn how to stay there. Like, just stay, and even if it's for a few minutes, just stay there. Just learn how to be present, be really present in that moment. Like, okay, this is something, well, I can do this. Talk yourself through it, breathe through it, learn how to mentally just be super happy. And I think that's a big piece.
What is the benefit of being present? Like, what does somebody gain from that, or why would they want to do it?
Because being present is the only thing that's given at that moment. Like, this is what we have right now. We talk about the future, that's not going to benefit us. But we talk about the past, that's not going to benefit you. The only thing you have is this very moment. So enjoy that moment, because it's fleeting, as we know, and it's also going to give you feedback. You're going to learn from where you are at that time. But we tend to escape to the future. Oh no, this isn't going to work out for me. It never does, right? Every time I go on a diet, I don't lose the weight I gain it all back. So why bother? So it's always coming back to the moment. Well, I'm not going to run that. I'm not going to finish the marathon in time anyway. So who cares right? And you skip it because you're like, what's the difference? But everything we do in the present moment affects that every day forward. So I always bring everybody back to the present. Come back to where we are right now. What is your mission today? What is your intention today? And today only, not tomorrow. Who cares about yesterday? What do you have to do today? Well, I have to do a 4-mile run. Okay, go do your run. Don't worry about what you have to do tomorrow. Don't worry about next week. Just do what you need, whatever it is for your business. Do what you need to do today. It's hard to do. It's really easier. It sounds easy. Oh, just focus on today. We want to squirm out of that. We're like, no, it's uncomfortable. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's easy to get stuck, like you said, get stuck too far in the past or get overwhelmed by the future. So then that can lead to inaction.
All sabotage. It's sabotage.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I have to say,
what's that? No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have to say, Nick's comment really cracked me up about the hill repeats. I run with my sister a bit, and she always jokes she's going to get me a t-shirt that says F Hill, because I just really hate hills.
But the minute you decide I'm doing it, and I'm not afraid of them anymore.
Right. Yes, they can be overcome, that's for sure.
And you don't have to run fast up the hills, right? Look at, break it down. I just have to get up the hill. I run, an 8-minute mile up a hill or a 10-minute mile up a hill. I just got to get up it. Okay, that's not so bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just get over the hill and then don't worry about it.
Yep, and absolutely. And I know for me, what always helped me was I would be like, okay, I'm going to run until that light or that stop sign or that whatever. And then I wouldn't give up until I hit that point, and then I could walk for a few minutes and then, I'm not going to walk any longer than this point, and just keep doing that. And that kept myself moving.
that's a great tactic and a great strategy. Like, you know what? Because I feel it too. I'm like, I don't. Oh, this is so hard. I'll be like an interval, and I'm like, all right, just go to that stop sign, the traffic light, get to that tree, and then you can stop if you want. And 90% of the time, honestly, you don't stop. You feel fine. You get past it. But that's the key is you do get past. If you give yourself, you breathe into it and just own that moment, you will eventually, you'll be okay. And if you learn how to push that needle a little bit all the time, it adds up.
Yeah. And kind of along that point, that made me think, I don't know if you've experienced this, but I hate the first 2 or 3 miles of running. Hate it. And then after that, I seem to kick into a rhythm and it seems to be good to go. But if I was only to run 2 or 3 miles, I would think that I hated running.
Right. But it's just a matter of getting it. The hardest part is getting the door. The hardest part is because you know the first couple of miles are hard. You're going to feel, then all of a sudden you're like, I feel great. This is amazing. It takes me 2 miles up. I don't feel good when I first run out the door. I'm like, everything's crackling and I'm like crunching. I'm like, oh, my back. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh. And I mean, I think that's the metaphor. Like, just get moving until you get into and then just stay there and cruise. Like, then you cruise along. Then you get to a point where I think I've had enough. And then you're done, right? Don't push too far. Don't overdo it. Get yourself to a point and then wrap it up. And that's getting the most out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. What is one of the most common mindset blocks that you see people have when they're running, whether it's a marathon, a triathlon, or 5K?
I think it's that pain, that feeling of pain. They come up against the pain. Like I said before, the brain is designed to stop us from. It's designed to tell us, don't do this. This is bad. And so you have to be ready for that to happen. You know what? Your knee was hurting the other day, so I think you should just ease up a little bit. And that's your brain tricking you. So people come up against that all the time, and they go out and then they just back off. They cannot maintain the pace they want to do, even though they can do it physically. But their brain tells them, you're getting your heart rate's going up too much, or this is a little too fast. You've never run this before, or you should just back up. But I'm here to tell you, you can push those limits. Your body will respond. But the best way to do that is in practice. Is doing that every day and sort of in your training and teach yourself, learn how to be uncomfortable. But that's a big mindset for a lot of people. They don't know how to push when they're afraid. They don't know if their body's going to respond right. Am I going to get injured, or is this going to be what's going to happen? And they give up on themselves and they quit too soon. And I want them to push further.
Yeah. And is that kind of earlier you were talking about almost being your own cheerleader, like talking yourself through it, cheering yourself on? And is that what you do to push past the pain?
Yes. I talk to myself. And, I talk about getting a mantra, like having something that you say to yourself in that moment. Like I remember I was running the Boston Marathon. I tell the story all the time. And I was done. Like, I was so tired. I just didn't want to run anymore. Like, I was like, I don't feel like doing this. Like, it was mile 2. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I said to myself, Lee, you can just slow down and just finish the race. What's the difference, right? No one's going to care. I said, no, don't quit on yourself. Don't stop until you are proud. Don't stop until you're proud. I said, so I have this mantra, you are fierce, you are strong. This is your effing day.
I love that.
Over and over and over. My music, I lost my music. My ear things died. So I just said this over and over, because I had sacrificed months of training, months of time to train. And I was going to give up on that day. That was it. I was just going to, because I was in a little bit of pain for 20 minutes, I was just going to throw that all away and not go for that PR. I was like, no, F it. I'm going to do it. And I really dug deep and I pushed hard. So I invite people, come up with something that sticks with you, something that you can repeat yourself over and over again. And this just came to me in the moment. It wasn't like I had that prepared. But sometimes when you're training, things come up and you're like, no, I'll tell myself, you're a mom, and you're just, you're a regular person, and you've got this. Show them what you've got. Like, be that 1%. So I remind myself of what it is I'm trying to accomplish. So your why is so important to this, to what drives you. Like, make sure that why is super. Like, I think about all the people that are watching me. Like, the people at home, my friends, my family. I'm like, make them proud. Do what you can do, and show them that we don't give up. And I tell my kids, like, I don't tell them, I show them. Mommy was tired. She worked so hard and she didn't give up. And I was so proud that I did my best and I left it all out there. So, I don't believe in having regrets. It's hard for me to swallow. Like, I struggle with that.
Yeah, and I can totally understand too, going back to how you talked about the mantra. I know I would have different mantras, and just one of them that comes to me right now is, the quicker you run, the quicker you get done. Just because you want to get out of it, you want to get done. So, yeah, like, why drag it out?
The faster you run, the faster you're done. Like,
yeah. So, what do you do? Do you have a tip for us for, like, confidence? Something that you do to stay confident?
I think when you train consistently, when you do things on a consistent basis, you build confidence. That builds confidence. So what confident race, I think back to, Leah, you did this, and then you did that, and then the next day you did this. So if we want to be confident, we have to be willing to put in the work on a consistent basis, and to not play when things get difficult. So, just like anything else, it's when you face resistance, when there's that, I don't want to do this, and there are days I don't want to swim, I don't want to run, and I don't want to get on the bike, like 100%. But those are the days that build, when I do those workouts that I don't want to do, and I show up for myself over and over again. I call it the confidence bucket. Every time I do that, I drop another ticket in the bucket, and I always say, if you want confident children, let them do things for themselves. Let them go. My kids wanted to make something today. Okay, what do you have to do? We have to turn on the oven. Turn on the oven. Well, we have to do it yourself. Do it yourself. You want to build confidence in people? Let them do it. So if you want to be a confident athlete, business person, learn how to do things for yourself. Don't rely on others, and that creates a very strong base of confidence.
Yeah, and even as a grown adult, you could take the same thing. Like, if you want confidence in it, just do it. Just take action and do the stinking thing.
100%. Yes.
So people could look at you and be like, okay, she's so badass. She has this in the bag. Like, but that's not me. Can you share maybe a struggle or a hardship that you've had along the way to get to where you are now?
Yeah, I didn't do any of these. None of these things were given to me. I wasn't a college athlete. I wasn't trained. I just learned by working really hard and figuring things out, being resourceful, being resilient. When you're tired, you just push anyway. There are no shortcuts. Like, people are like, oh, she's this, she's lucky, she's blessed. I'm a regular person. I just, I have, there's nothing special about me. I'm not this gifted athlete that grew up in this, and I went to college and played Division I, blah, 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 or swam. I'm just someone who believed they could do it. I really believed that I had, talent is one thing, but enthusiasm is another. And what you lack in talent, you make up for energy, enthusiasm, and desire. And I think that's underrated. So, like, I have 4 kids. I don't have a nanny. I don't have help. I work full time. I have a side business. Like, I just do everything 100%. I just shoot. One secret, the only secret I have for me, what I do is I go deep with less. I choose few things and all in. So I don't dabble in 400 different things and do them all a little bit. I do everything all in. So when I pick something, like, that's it, I'm going deep with it. So that would be my best advice.
So I know that we're winding down here, but I do got to ask, how do you say no, or how do you get in the habit of saying no? Because that can be hard.
I say no a lot. I say no a lot. I'm comfortable saying no because I can't, because I think sometimes saying yes is selfish, because I can't be what people would want. Like if I say yes, I'm going to dinner, or yes, I'm going to do this, my heart isn't in it. I'm not really there. I don't want to be there. So I think it's better for everyone if I were to say no, just because it's not in alignment with what I'm doing. But I'm very comfortable being like, you know what, I have a pretty important goal that I need to, and I tell them, like, I'm training for Kona, which just got canceled, but forget that for a second. So all summer, I'm like, I have to get up early. I can't go out to dinner. I can't have drinks. I can't do these things because I have something really big. But when I'm done with that, then let's do it, So it's not no forever. It's just kind of no for now. I have to say no to things that I just don't have room for. If I compromise my time, everyone will lose, myself. So I only have time for my kids and really my training and my business, and that's about it. So my house is a disaster. It's a disaster all the time, and I have no problem admitting that. So we have to own it, like all of it. Like that's what it is right now, and I'm okay with that. Judge
me. I love it. And actually, I was going to ask you, and you might have very well just answered it. If you had a tip for like women who are in the arena fighting for the life that they want, maybe it was to go deep on a few things, but if you have any other thoughts, I would love to hear it.
It's the same concept. It's really go deep with less. And I always have another thing I use. It's called run with one. Run with one idea. Run with one thing. And just run with it. Just go with it. And I guarantee you, by taking action to that one thing, the answers will become clear. Like they will just reveal. It'll all come into focus if you just take action. We tend to spin and wonder and we contemplate and just you want answers, take action. Answers equal. So, but I get it. We get stuck and we want to do the right thing, and we want the right answer. There is no right time. There's only the present moment and what you're going to do with it. So just go for it. Remember, you are fierce. You are strong. Day. That's my mantra.
I love it. I love it.
It came to me in my race, and I use it still.
So good. I might have to use that one sometime. So, Leah, you're a total badass. I appreciate you talking with me. How can we connect with you?
You know what? You can follow me here on Instagram at the Scrappy Athlete, and if you want my how to race and train like a Scrappy Athlete free guide, go to my website, leahjantzen.com, and join my community of Scrappy Athletes. We are an awesome bunch of people, like badass city.
I love it. Thank you so much. It was great connecting with you.
You're welcome. This was so much fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Have a great
Take care.
Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.